Okay guys, now we're going to go to the middle of page 106 and look at another example. And the question there that's presented to you is, when do you write a 0 in the ones place in the quotient? So last few problems we did, that 0 was in the tens place. So the example they give you there is find 520 divided by 4, and they write out the steps. You don't have to write these steps out because we just wrote them out, but follow with me in your textbook as we go through them. It says to estimate, decide where to place the first digit in the quotient, use compatible numbers. So there they take the 520 and changed it to 400 divided by 4. Let's look at that. Put in your notes, find 520 divided by 4. Again, last time we said look at your first digits. 5 is not compatible to 4. So they changed the 5 to a closer number that is, and that is 4. So they changed that to 400 divided by 4. And 4 divided by 4 is 1, and you add your 0. So our first estimate here is about 400, and we see that we start again in the hundreds place. Okay, so back to your textbook, it says the first digit in the quotient is in the hundreds place. Then they say divide the hundreds, multiply, subtract, and compare. And they did that on the right side of your textbook so you can see. And then we should write it out with them and do step 1 together. So write 520 divided by 4. So 5 divided by 4 is 1. 1 times 4 is 4. And then we subtract. 5 minus 4 is 1. Okay, can I do 1 divided by 4? Nope, that's not enough. So we bring down the tens place number, which is 12. Now can we do 12 divided by 4? And the answer is yes, we can. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So 3 times 4 is 12. And we do our subtraction. 12 minus 12 is 0. Okay, now we're looking at the 0. Can I do 0 divided by 4? No, it's not enough. So we bring down our next number. Our next number happens to be 0 as well. So now we're on our second time. And when we can't divide this by that number for the second time, we put the 0 in the quotient. So my final quotient is 130. Okay, so that is when you place your 0 in the ones place. Okay, and that is all written down in steps on page 106. You can write out as much as you need or as little as you need, but we do have the regular steps already copied. Let's do another example that is not from your textbook. We are going to find 360 divided by 3. So put a number 2 and put 360 divided by 3. Let's do our estimate. Our first numbers are both 3, so we can just round that to 300 divided by 3, which equals 100. Again, this tells me that I need to start in the hundreds place when doing my actual dividing. So let's write in the house, out of the house. 360 goes in the house, 3 goes out of the house, and you follow your regular division steps. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Now we multiply. 1 times 3 is 3. Then we subtract. 3 minus 3 is 0. Can I do 0 divided by 3? No, it's not enough. So we bring down our next number, which is 6 from the tens place. Can we do 6 divided by 3? And yes, we can do that 2 times. So we put the 2 in the tens place. Fifth grade, I'm going to interject here just to remind you, make sure you are lining up your numbers according to place value because it does matter. Keep that in mind. 2 times 3 is 6. So now we multiply, now we subtract. 6 minus 6 gives me 0. So now I have 0 to divide. I can't do 0 divided by 3, so I look to my next number from the ones place and bring it down. It happens to be a 0. So since this is the second time we have to say no to dividing, we put a 0 to hold the place value to get your final quotient of 120. This would be a good point in time to, if you need to, write me questions if you are not understanding something. And again, now let's check for reasonableness. 120, we said our estimate was about 100, so we're on track. That is very reasonable. Let's do one more together. Okay, I'm going to erase this one, put a number 3, and we are going to find 420 divided by 2. Okay, let's estimate. First step, 4 and 2, those numbers are compatible, so we can just change the 420 to 400. 4 divided by 2 gives me 2, and we add our 2 zeros. So again, this is telling me that 200 should be about our answer and that we should start in the hundreds place. Okay, so now write your regular problem with 420 divided by 2 with your in the house, out of the house. What is 4 divided by 2? That is 2. Now we multiply. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. Can I do 0 divided by 2? No, we can't, so we bring down our next number. 2. Can I do 2 divided by 2? Yes, we can. How many times? Once. 1 times 2 is 2. We multiplied, now we subtract. 2 minus 2 is 0. Can I do 0 divided by 2? No, we can't, so we bring down the last 0 here. Can we do 0 divided by 2? No, so now we put 0 in our quotient. Okay, and now let's check. 210, is that reasonable, close to 200? Yes, it is. Okay, again, you can remember now, you can also check these by multiplying the quotient by the divisor, and you should get the dividend. At this point, that's all for today, 5th grade. I want you to complete Explain It number 1 and 2 on page 106. And I want you to do guided practice on page 107, numbers 1 through 6. Again, write me any questions, let me know how it's going, and we'll see you tomorrow.